Spoilers.
Spoilers. Spoilers. I like that word.
I thought you might.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another Fan Theories. So today I will be discussing my theory on does Romana appear in the end of time? So first things first, this theory is based purely on conjecture and circumstantial evidence that has very little context and basis in the show. That is why it's a fan theory. Also, if you're expecting a theory on how the mysterious woman who appears in the end of time is Romana, I'm afraid that's not going to be the case, but I have already made a video on my thoughts on her identity, and you can find that under the playlist with my other fan theories. That being said, however, the mysterious woman does enter into this theory, albeit in appearance only. Right before Rassilon and Gallifrey break free of the Time War, we see the mysterious woman and another Time Lord who stand against the vote. Looking closely at the robes of the second Time Lord, they appear to be much more ornate, possibly denoting a higher rank. In the comic The Forgotten, the 10th Doctor acknowledges that things went well for Romana until the Time War. And whilst it's very hard to determine the gender of this second Time Lord from just their hands, rather like the General, it's perfectly possible that Romana could have regenerated into a male incarnation during the Time War. In recording this fan theory, I realised I'd left out an important piece of information. Romana had previously been Lord President on Gallifrey, however in my theory the idea is that she was overthrown by Rassilon or her own council, leading to Rassilon's resurrection to replace her. The ornateness of the robes could be a result of her still wearing her robes of office even after being overthrown, but perhaps knowing she could be of value in predicting the actions of the Doctor alongside the woman, Rassilon allowed her to remain on the council. So if this is Romana, what happened to her after this, and where is she now? Well, unfortunately, that we don't know, and in many ways, I hope this theory becomes made void in future by an appearance of Romana in the new series. But even though, as I say, this theory has little to no evidence to support it, you can bet that if there was anyone left on Gallifrey who had objected to the final sanction, it would have sure as hell been Romana. And that brings to a close another Fan Theories. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, favourite, subscribe, share, it really helps me out a lot, and be sure to check out the description below for a link to my Patreon. There is an exclusive webcomic and rewards for people who support it, and the funding generated by my Patreon helps me fund future videos. I salute you all, and I will see you with another video very soon. But even though, as I say, this theory has little to no evidence to support it, you can bet if there was anyone left on Gallifrey who would object to the final sanction. Sanction? I've turned into Sean Connery. My word, Miss Moneypenny, shall we get some sushi?